Can I tell you something? Your website doesn't need to be perfect. It just needs to clearly show your value and make it easy to book. That's exactly what my Show It templates are built for. You can shop them all now at themonarchdesign.co/shop today. Have you ever shown up everywhere online and still felt invisible? If you've been chasing visibility but craving clarity, this episode is for you. Welcome to the Self-Made Life Podcast, the show for creative entrepreneurs who are building their dream business and life on their terms. I'm your host, Ashley Wyatt, designer, entrepreneur, mama of two, and founder of the Monarch Design Co. And I believe success isn't handed to you. You create it. Here, we're pulling back the curtain on what it really takes to run a business, the wins, the lessons, and the messy in between. Whether you're scaling your side hustle during nap time, redefining your brand, or ready to take your business full time, this show is your go-to for honest conversations, practical strategies, and inspiration to help you grow with confidence. Because being self-made isn't about doing it alone. It's about building a life and business that feels as good as it looks. So let's dive in. Hey friends, welcome back to another episode of the Self-Made Life Podcast. I'm your host, Ashley Wyatt from Monarch Design Co. And we are continuing my 7 Lessons in 7 Years series. And today's lesson is one I learned the hard way. So because I've had seasons where my business looked really good online, but behind the scenes, it didn't really feel good at all. It just felt disconnected. It felt exhausting. And, there was a time when I thought the solution to every business problem was more visibility, more posts, more stories, more platforms, more consistency. If something wasn't working, my instinct was like, I think I need to show up more online. I need to show up louder, or I need to show up more. And from the outside, it looked like momentum. It looked like I was killing it. I had people reaching out like, you're showing up, you're killing it in your business. And, that's what it looked like on the outside. But internally, it just felt like performing, and it wasn't actually converting. And I actually looked at my last couple leads from 2025, and the majority of them did not come from social media like Instagram. They actually came through from referrals and relationships and working with past people and connections. So never underestimate relationships and being visible, not just online, but in person, in the community, virtually, on networking calls, in person during like networking events, those sort of things, and meeting people, because that is where long-term growth really lives. So if you've ever thought, I'm doing everything they say to do, why is this not working? Why is it feeling so heavy? You're not alone. I see you, and I can definitely resonate with you. So here is the shift that changed everything for me. Visibility without alignment doesn't build confidence. It builds pressure. And when you're coming into this with pressure, you're coming at it from like a scarcity mindset. Don't think about showing up and posting on Instagram and thinking that it'll lead you to your next client. I mean, it might, but think of it more just as that visibility. You're planting the seeds, and you're just building that consistency and that like, know, and trust with your message and your brand. But when your message doesn't match your offers, and when your content attracts people you don't actually want to serve, and when you're showing up out of obligation instead of attention, it just drains you, and it's not going to convert like you want it to. Are you an entrepreneur trying to grow your business and your family at the same time? Trust me, I've been there. 2 maternity leaves in 2 years, a design studio to run, and a dream that just won't quit. That's why I created my one-on-one mentorship sessions. These 60-minute strategy calls are designed for business owners like you who are navigating growth, motherhood, and everything in between. Whether you just need clarity around your offers, help planning your maternity leave, support building your team, or just a space to talk through what's actually working, I've got you. These sessions are $250 and they're already making waves with creatives who just need a fresh set of eyes and someone who gets it. Head on over to themonarchdesign.co/mentorship to book yours, or just DM me mentor on Instagram at Monarch Design Co. You don't have to figure this season out alone. So I had to admit something really uncomfortable recently, and that was realizing that I have outgrown my current messaging and my current positioning, and that's okay. But it was kind of like that aha moment where I was like, okay, like things are not working. And then I had a new mentor look at my messaging and she was like, you're not talking to the right people. And I realized this. So not all attention is good attention. You really have to get clear on your messaging and your positioning. So some visibility, brought wrong inquiries. And I was wondering, like, why are these not converting to where I've increased my rates or scaled or rebranded or whatever? I did all these things, but I didn't go back and I didn't look at my messaging. And the messaging is what really helps to attract and get clear on who you're for and who you support. So, some engagement led to conversations and that was great. But some of those conversations I just dreaded, and some growth pulled me further away from the business that I actually wanted. So if you're listening to this, hit pause, go look at your website, go look at who you're actually talking to in your messaging, or even looking at your Instagram, like who are you talking to? Who is this for? Who do you support? And getting really crystal clear on that and granular on like who you want to attract and communicate and work with. And you might be surprised. You might have just outgrown your current positioning and messaging. So things really changed when I stopped asking, how do I get seen more? How do I book more? Instead, I started asking, how do I want to be understood? How do I want to be perceived? And how do I want to plant these seeds? And just trusting that these seeds will grow. So I shifted from performing online to communicating more clearly. And that's when marketing stopped feeling like noise and it really just started feeling like connection. So I want to share like a practical example because we all love a good practical tip. I didn't need more platforms. Like I thought, oh my gosh, like Threads is new. Substack is new. Like I need to get on all the platforms. I need to do Pinterest, this, that, whatever. You don't need more platforms. You don't need more trends. You don't have to do the next trending reel or build more content. What you actually need is clear positioning, honest messaging, and content that sounded more like me. And that's really when those pieces actually started lining up and visibility felt lighter. Marketing really isn't about being everywhere. It's about being clear in the places that actually do matter. So for instance, I was chatting with someone and I thought for the longest time, oh, I need to be on Pinterest. I need to, carve out all this time and go crazy on Pinterest. And reality is looking at my new, positioning and ideal clients, that's not really where they're going to be. So I've taken a step back and, Pinterest it's not that it's not out forever. I definitely think there's a time and place for it. And I think that it is definitely going to be helpful for other avenues of my business, such as the Show It template shop, but it's not going to convert those clients that used to be my clients because I've grown. That's the whole reality of it. And I think that's where a lot of business owners get stuck. It's not just about, outgrowing your logo or your website. It's also about outgrowing your messaging, your positioning, and who you're talking to online. You can't just build a new website and use the old messaging. That is similar to I know And I mean, from like a sustainability standpoint, I'm not telling you to like go out and like buy all new furniture, but for an example, you buy a new house and the layout is different. Maybe you have like a larger living room and, you're moving from an apartment and you move your condo size couch into your new big living room. Like, it's obviously not going to work, but that's when you have to realize like you've outgrown that container and you need to shift into that next era and that next 2.0 version. So it doesn't just mean your brand and your website, it also means your messaging and positioning. So marketing isn't about being everywhere. It's being clear in the places that really do matter. So if your visibility feels empty, it's not because you're bad at marketing. It's because something is misaligned and it's just not fitting anymore. And alignment is always where clarity happens, right? Like once you shift into alignment, that's where things become crystal clear and start working for you. And, the moment I stopped trying to attract everyone was the moment that the right people started finding me. And I was realizing like, okay, these are my people. And I started seeing more of a conversion. So if this episode resonated, here's what I want you to try this week. Before you post, ask yourself this question. Is this attracting the work I want more of? Or is it just fighting for attention online? And if you're craving alignment in your messaging, your website, or the way that you show up online, you can explore working with me at themonarchdesign.co. And I just want you to know you don't need louder marketing. You just need clear, more precise, and more aligned marketing to really help to shift you from point A to point B and to step into that next chapter of your life, your business, and all the things. So I hope that this episode resonated. Let me know, send me a message online. I would love to hear from you. All right, until next time, thanks so much for listening. Thanks so much for hanging out with me today on the Self-Made Life podcast. If you loved this episode, share it with a friend, leave a review, or hit follow so that you never miss an episode. Want to work together or grab some free resources? You can always find me over at www.themonarchdesign.co/podcast. Until next time, keep dreaming, keep building, and go create your self-made life.
This podcast is produced, mixed, and edited by Cardinal Studio. For more information about how to start your own podcast, please visit www.cardinalstudio.co or email Mike at mike@cardinalstudio.co. You can also find the details in the show notes.